Ah, Sook, we wish you a Merry Christmas. It's that time of the year, Sukanya.
Has everyone finished their
It's
shopping?
Christmas
I know you're
time.
done with the holidays, but maybe you're going to come to my house to celebrate.
Oh, Sook, listen, you know I get both holidays in. We got more gifts tomorrow night. My wife's birthday is on the 26th, Sook. So right after Christmas rolls around, I got to come up with something good for the next day.
What are you
So,
going to get Lara? What are you going to
well,
get
you know
your
what
wife?
you know what I already got her today. Don't say anything.
Not a coffee mug. Not
And
another coffee mug.
coffee mug, yeah, from China. That'll show up on Valentine's Day. Remember that? I got her orchestra Tim McGraw seats for May.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know, Tim McGraw, she's a big fan. She'd throw me out the door in a heartbeat for Tim McGraw.
Ooh.
And
That's
Keanu.
really good, Scotty. You're
Yeah.
killing it right now.
Yeah. Even though it's for May, is it okay? She opens it on the 26th. It's like, all right, but it's still months away. That's a good gift, right? Along with a few
Yeah,
other
and plus
little.
you're going to probably get her little gifts on that day too.
Yeah, of
That's who
course.
you are.
Right. You know, I got to get to the usual, but I figured, you know what? Boom, little orchestra seats. They came out today. We're good to go.
You really went
So,
all out. You got
yeah,
orchestra seats?
dude, cha-ching. You know what? It was worth the money to get it out of my brain and not even worry
And
about
it's done,
it.
right?
It's done.
Oh, she's
You
going to be
know?
so happy because that's her man. That's her man.
She loves Tim McGraw. Also, you know, we got Brett Cullen coming on, who my wife
Cullen, who's been in everything.
My wife was in love with Shane Falco from The Replacements. Another guy she'd throw me out the door for, Keanu Reeves. But we're going to talk to Brett Cullen coming up in a little bit. Sook, we got a jam-packed show today. Brett Cullen, you would think that would be enough, right?
No.
But we also have legendary rapper Masta Ace coming up after that. And then you would think that would be enough. But with their 7 million followers on TikTok, the Sharpe family singers, they're like the real-life Partridge family, Sue. They're coming on later on. Philly's going to be here. I mean, this is an extravaganza to end the week. We should get going, no? As everybody starts to light it up.
Light it up, Scotty.
You know, I can't hit the button until you say light it up, Sue.
Okay, light it up.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, that's 7 of hearts. Exactly.
What she said.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor,
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
entertainment,
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
Can you paint it all the colors of the wind?
and optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light is considered it just fights the kung flu, is that right?
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Yeah, Sook. Just that's like a little snapshot of all the things we've done over the last year and a half. But what a show we have. I mean, listen, if this was our first show ever, this is an award-winning show we've got coming up.
It already
today.
is, isn't it?
Listen, Brett Cullen has been in, like you said, he's been in everything basically.
Everything.
And because he's been in so many things, Sook, you know what I have to whip out today? It's the Brett Cullen.
Trivia?
Yes, the Brett Cullen movie synopsis challenge.
All right.
So when he comes up,
minute.
we're gonna see. It's been a while. I think Lou Gossett, all those guys, Steve Guttenberg.
We did that.
We're gonna see how many things Brett remembers about his own acting career. We'll give him the synopsis. He's got to tell us the name of the movie. He's coming up in just a few minutes. But first, Sook, listen. You were gone a couple weeks ago. There was an article and a story that came out about Will Smith. Will Smith, kind of when he was growing up, he started to get a little famous. He was heartbroken by a girlfriend who broke his heart, right? He was in love with this girl. Nice story. She broke his heart. because she broke his heart, he did what any normal male would want to do, but Will Smith was able to do. He went on a sexual fantasy spree, if you will, okay? Sleeping with women left and right. This is by his own story, right? He was sleeping with women every day just to get over the fact that this girl broke his heart. The problem was, because he was so devastated, he used to vomit after orgasming as a psychosomatic reaction to sex. So sex became so disgusting to him, I guess because he was doing it so much. Sook, is this a real thing? I was asking Phil about it, but
he experienced such extreme trauma from breaking up with his first girlfriend, Melody.
Yeah, she broke up with him. Yeah, she broke his heart.
Whatever, they parted ways.
So
and
you know,
like full on experiencing woman after woman after woman.
Right, which is what any guy would want to do, or at least one woman. That's how you get over a breakup. You move on to somebody else. No,
sure, that has been known to work.
So Will was moving on, and he kept moving on, and he had this reaction to every time he was done with a woman, he would vomit and literally feel sick.
Can you imagine you're the girl? You're like, all right, I'm doing like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm like doing it right.
So
because he's like, hold on a second, and goes and vomits in the
corner. I'm literally disgusted by everything I've just done. I mean, do you feel like could that be a real thing in somebody's mind? I mean, especially a guy. I've never heard of that before.
The Cleveland, funny you ask.
Go ahead, Suki. Go ahead. Give me the research.
At the Cleveland Clinic,
the
response, these kind of responses when it comes to breakup, can range from aches, pains to stomach problems, which can then mean vomiting.
Go ahead.
To trouble just getting it up, which some men do have. So apparently, the people who treat these anxiety and mood disorders when it comes to severe sexual issues say that there is a condition in which a person has extreme distress. It's called SAD, sexual aversion disorder.
I hate to laugh, and I'm sure it's a real thing, Sue, but I just find it to be.
It's called SAD.
It's called SAD. Of course it is.
Disorder.
You know, it would be a better. I wish they came up.
A number of factors, including trauma, anxiety, blah 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 blah, and they're not always averse to sex.
Right.
They just have specific reactions to the guilt of whatever happened or the trauma that causes them distress, that then ensues the physicality, in which for Will Smith was vomiting.
So the acronym is SAD, S-A-D,
which is hysterical.
Listen, it'd be even funnier if it was LIMP. Would be even funnier.
Which is also part of SAD, because
was limp.
You can't do it.
Unreal,
but,
man.
I mean,
all right.
I think that, when you hear Will Smith talk, obviously he's done a lot of work, and like he's done a lot of internal work.
I wanted your point of view on this. That's what I needed to get it.
But I agree. I mean, it sucks being that chick who was with Will Smith at that time. Thinking that she was having a great old time.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
Souk, listen, our
like
first
how women sometimes feel afterwards. Just saying.
I'm telling you, that's my wife.
You see women say, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom."
Yeah, I go get a sandwich. She goes into the bathroom. I'm like, "Are you vomiting again?" I'll see you next week.
Some of them are vomiting.
Listen, our first guest, Souk, Brett Cullen. This guy has been in every show, movie possible, I believe. He's the consummate actor. You talk about a working actor. He is it. Falcon Crest, West Wing, Lost, Friday Night Lights, Private Practice, Apollo 13, The Replacements, Dark Knight Rises, The Joker, Desperate Housewives, Devious Maids. He really has had some amazing career. He's part of a show on HBO that's coming up in the spring called Winning Time, which looks really good. It's about the Lakers dynasty and Jerry Buss and all those people. It looks really fun and funny and interesting. So Brett's coming on. Here's a little bit of Brett Cullen. We'll bring him in on the other side. Take a look. Yes, indeed. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
How you guys doing?
Fred, how
me
you
laugh.
doing?
That really made me. By the way, Merry Christmas. It's like
nice.
the ticker tape.
Nice.
Merry Christmas. Across my forehead.
Was that like that was like a "This Is Your Life," huh?
Yeah, that was bizarre. It was bizarre. I'm old, but you see stuff like
Brett,
that and you go, wow.
I
actually used to look good.
Oh my God, I was looking at some of those shots of you. You were like a supermodel, dude. You were a handsome young man.
I didn't know it. I thought I was just a
Look
goofy dude.
Look at that, Brett.
Yeah, that photo right there? My friend Mike Garland took that in Venice Beach at my apartment in the parking lot. That's how cheap I was. I'm like, I'm not paying a bunch of money for a photographer.
Yeah,
and that was my headshot.
Look at you, man. It's a good looking dude right there. You know, it was funny. I'm a huge fan of Blacklist, right? So when I saw you come on Blacklist, when you talking to Red, and I'm like, I know him from other things. I couldn't place it. And then when I was going through everything and I saw, all this on your bio, I was like, oh my God, that was Brett Cullen. Cause I'm like, man, I know this guy and I just couldn't place it, but you were amazing on Blacklist as well, my friend. Just amazing.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be on. It was a lot of fun to work with James.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse, and I got some really good torture scenes. It was fun.
Yeah, you had some good stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of us fell in love with you in Friday Night Lights. I know I did. I was just like, oh wow.
Derek, who played my son. My older son on that has a podcast, and I just actually last week he asked me to come on, and I rewatched the 4 episodes. The thing that my wife bought me the first season, cassette video or whatever they are, DVDs. What they have on those, though, which is interesting, is because most of that show's improv. They give you a script, but he would, Peter would say, I don't care what the words are. I just want the context of the scene. And you would sort of and you never rehearse. There was no rehearsal. They would just roll with 3 cameras.
Go. Yeah.
And you'd see, because it was supposed to feel like a documentary. And which initially, that was kind of the setup. And I watched it, but because you would ad lib, the show would have to be, I don't know how many minutes, 42 minutes long for an hour episode because of commercials.
Yeah.
So they'd edit all the stuff. I mean, I was one episode that they cut all my stuff out of, but they use in the DVD collection, they have deleted scenes. And I actually use one of them in my reel with me and Taylor, where I get him drunk, even though I'm supposed to be sober. Good dad. I was a good dad.
Good dad.
That is such.
But I'm glad you like that, Suki. It's a very cool show.
And I had to, when I was doing research on you, I was like on Golden Pond too. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that was live on CBS.
That like on Golden Pond. I mean,
well, got to work with Julie and Chris. It was the first time they'd worked together since The Sound of Music. So that was pretty special. And Ernst Thompson, the playwright, directed it. So that was even better. And I actually asked him at one point, because, if you've ever seen the play or the movie, you've always had Charlie's always played by some guy with no hair and skinny or some big heavy set dude. And I said, why did you cast me? It's like, well, why, I was still pretty vile back then. I think I was in my 40s or something. But he said that his mother lived on a lake and there was a mailman who was a young guy, real good looking, smoked weed all day, delivered the mail, and had this funny laugh. And as he got older, when he was young, he I guess I can say this on air, he used to bang all the young tourist girls, that would come and spend the summers there. And then as he got older, those girls weren't interested. So he became friends with the women, like Julie Andrews. And, he didn't have sex with them, but they would give him biscuits and stuff because he's always smoking weed. And so he said, you reminded me of the guy my mom talked about. And I went, okay, great, Ernst, that's great. Let me go grab a joint. I'll be back in a minute.
Brett, now when you've been in so many great things. Are you at the point where, or was there a point where it became where guys would, directors would get a hold of you, or your agent would get a hold of you, and you don't even audition anymore? They know what you do. You're the guy for the part. You go in, you got it, you go to work. Are you still at that auditioning stage?
It depends. Joker, I actually auditioned for. I had to self-tape, and then I had to go meet, the director and sit down and talk about it. But in television, I have a bit more leeway because I've done so much of it.
Yeah.
Feature films, it's a little different. I mean, the Winning Time, the Lakers show, was an offer, so I didn't have to read for that. But I also look a lot like Bill Sharman, who I play.
Right.
So I think that's why they, made the offer to me. But yeah, it's kind of both. But I'm a weird anomaly. I actually really enjoy auditioning. I worked with Kim Stanley. I don't know if you know who that was. She was considered the female Marlon Brando.
Oh,
she was
wow.
best friends with Tennessee Williams. She did all of his plays on Broadway. She was in Three Sisters that Lee Strasberg directed on PBS.
Oh, yeah.
But she was an amazing acting teacher. Her and this other man, Cecil Pickett, who was my mentor, my artistic father, really, Cindy Pickett's father, who taught at the University of Houston. They changed the way I approach stuff, but they, after working with Kim and Cecil Pickett, there's not many people that I felt challenged by. So, and I also teach myself, privately. So I started actually enjoying auditions because it was a way of me stretching my muscles, my artistic muscles, and keeping in shape.
And it seems like you get most of them too. So that's got to be
well,
fun.
that's the other thing is I actually fired an agent because they kept saying, no, it's offer only. And I said, no, give me in the room. That's how I get jobs,
Right.
And I enjoy it, and I'm a good friend of mine, Chris McDonald. We were at an audition together. This was during one of those pilot season, runs. And I had it was 10, they give you all these pages. I had 10 or 12 pages of dialogue. And I was sitting there talking to him, and he said, so are you ready for this? I went, yeah. And he goes, you don't memorize this, do you? I went, yeah, Chris, I do. I stay up till 4 a.m. I don't want to go in a room unprepared. And he looked at me and went, shit. And he walked down the hall and started looking at his pages.
Now he's got to do it, right?
Yeah. But Chris is a good buddy of mine. We've known each other since we were 23, 24.
Oh, that's so fun. Now you did another one. I want to ask you about the guilt trip. What was that like working with this lady right here?
It was an absolute honor. I mean, and I have a lot of gay friends that hate my guts because I think they cut it. But at the end of the movie, I kissed her. And I think it got cut out of the final edit, because we end up together. And it was interesting because I was shooting Dark Knight Rises in London and Nottingham and shooting this in Los Angeles. So I was flying back and forth.
Oh my God.
She was just an absolute doll. She's so much fun. She brought her husband on set, and he's my size. And she looked at me, she goes, see, I like him tall. But she called me her cowboy. That's what she'd always say. Oh, my cowboy's here.
Yeah. And you were in that Wyatt Earp with Costner, right? You were part of that movie as well, right?
Yep. It's the first time I grew up with Dennis Quaid. We went to college together. I've known Dennis since I was 17.
Right.
We played golf together a lot, and that's, I think, the first time he and I ever actually acted together. Actually, we're on camera together because I did another movie with him called Something to Talk About. And we never had any scenes together because I was the other man.
Right.
And he actually helped me get that job. It's one of the few times Dennis kind of stuck his neck out. He said he was, I think, in Serbia or somewhere doing a movie, and he called me on a satellite phone and said, how you doing? I said, good. I said, I've been trying to get into that movie that you're doing, Something to Talk About. And he said, well, you should, Brett. You should get in there. They got some guy that, they want to hire. He couldn't steal my wife from me if he tried. And he said, but you could. So he called Lasse Hallström, the director, and got me an audition. And I was shooting Apollo 13 at the time. So Ron Howard cut me loose early for lunch so I could go over to Warner Brothers and meet with them. So it was cool. I mean, Dennis and I go way back, way back.
Who are you better friends with, Dennis Quaid or Randy Quaid? And are there stories you can share about both of them?
Well, I know the whole family. I know their half brother Buddy. I knew their dad Buddy.
Wow.
I knew their mom. Dennis is who I went to college with. Randy was ahead of us. But I did a movie with Randy called Dead Solid Perfect. It was one of HBO's first films that they made for their network, I believe. It was one of their first films. But anyway, it was, you know, Randy's a great actor. I mean, he's an amazing actor.
Really good, yeah.
I just, you know, when I did Dead Solid Perfect is when he started his relationship with Evie, who you know, they've made some choices. I don't agree with them. I don't necessarily understand them, but Randy's an amazing actor, and so is Dennis. But Dennis, I'm closer to, and I don't really want to get into.
No, I got it. I
the
just
madness
imagine,
of
like,
Randy
fond
and his
memories
wife.
of just growing up in Texas and just you guys being able to get to that level of acting in Hollywood, all of you together. That must have been something quite incredible to have a community who knew where you came from in your soul, right? Because
I
gotta imagine Hollywood being very difficult back then.
Yeah, well, we all studied with Cecil Pickett, and he was the reason. Him and the man, Dr. Sidney Berger, who ran the theater department at University of Houston, they trained us. So, I mean, it was an amazing stat. I think they came out with at one point. There was like 35 to 40% of all the people who graduated from that program did something, whether it was in New York on Broadway or off Broadway or New York, LA, doing television or film. But we were trained well. It got to the point where people go, "Oh, you're one of those Pickett people." Like I'd meet people out here. They go, "Oh, you study with that Pickett guy," and I'm go, "Yeah." But he was a genius.
There's two movies that whenever they're on, my wife is always watching. One is Walk the Line, with Joaquin Phoenix, who you were in The Joker with.
Right.
The other is The Replacements, which she watched 8,000 times already, where you play Eddie Martell, the high price first string quarterback who gets replaced by Keanu Reeves
by a scab.
Just saying. Shane Falco, and you know, you're not the nicest guy in the world to Shane Falco.
No.
And you're working with Gene Hackman in this movie. Now I hear, because The Matrix is coming out again. You hear all these stories about Keanu Reeves and just what an amazing, nice, regular guy he is. I mean, what was your experience working with Keanu?
I'll tell you two quick stories. One is all that's true, every bit of that. He's one of the coolest, nicest, sweetest guys. I hadn't seen him in 20 something years, and he was shooting the first John Wick's movie in New York. And I was visiting my friends Tony and Summer, and one of his assistants I knew, and she said, "Well, Keanu would love to see you." So I literally was at an Italian restaurant, you know, Midtown, and we walked over to that. It's a theater where he shot that scene where he's shooting everybody in the club. You know, he's trying to escape, and I see him, and I said, "Where's Keanu?" You know, he said, "Oh, he's right there." And I go, "Hey, Keanu," and he's like, "Oh, Brad, how you doing, man?" Gives me this big hug, and he sits down, talks to me for about 20 minutes. We talk about our lives, not really work necessarily. I did ask, I said, "What is this you're doing?" And he goes, "Well, it's, you know, these guys, I think, were the second unit, the stunt directors or something on The Matrix, and he was working with them on this. I think, I'm not sure, but he was just lovely." And the other thing about him, when we were doing The Replacements, this is a rumor I heard from someone in his camp, that he was offered $40 million for Matrix 2 and 3 because Matrix had already come out.
Wow.
And he then heard that the other actors weren't getting a raise. So he supposedly, from what I understand, told his agent, "I'll do it for $32 million. And they have to give the $8 million to the other actors. And if they don't do it, I'm out."
That's amazing. Wow.
And he also, and I do know this is true, that after he wrapped Matrix 2 and 3, he bought every stuntman on that movie a Harley Davidson.
Wow. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
you know what they just said with the new movie, The Matrix, coming out. Apparently you were talking about his stunt. He has close relationships with his stunt coordinators, et cetera, et cetera. Apparently those guys have been with him since the beginning of the first Matrix movie. And to wrap up this, he gave them all Rolexes, apparently, as a token and a thank you for the time that they've been together. How awesome is that?
He's one of the greatest guys. I mean, if Keanu called me tomorrow and said, "I got this thing, it's a small role, would you do it?" I'd be like, "Yeah, where you want me to show up?"
Brett,
I respect him a lot. I've ran into him a couple of times. I was out to dinner one night in LA on 3rd Street with another couple. I won't name drop, but you know, they're well known. And my wife and I look over at the bar, and there's a guy with a motorcycle helmet eating pasta, and I went, "Is that Keanu?" And I walked over and went, "Hey, dude." He's like, "Oh, Brad, how you doing, man?" It's like, I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I got to be somewhere. I just want to grab some food real quick." And I said, "You don't want to join us?" He goes, "No, I got to run, man, but thanks." And just, you know, he's one of the sweetest, kindest, most thoughtful people I've ever worked with.
Crazy.
And I love the guy.
Crazy quick story, and then we're going to play the Brett Cullen movie challenge. See how well you know your movies.
I don't.
So my wife.
Ready, Brett? I've had to sharpen my skills.
Brett, my wife loves the Shane Falco character so much, and the name, that when we got our dog 15, 16 years ago, we named him Shane because of Shane Falco. So my dog 3 summers ago passes away in the summer. He was about 13 years old. About a week later, my wife and I are at Citi Field at a concert here in New York where the Mets play. We're at a Zach Brown concert. We're walking through the arena going to get something to eat, the stadium. And how many times have you seen somebody walking around with a Shane Falco jersey on, literally with the name Falco on it? This guy walks past us with the red and white and I think it was number 18, whatever number he wore, and it said Falco on the back. And we were like, holy, you know what? That was our dog saying hello to us. I'm like, I've never seen anyone ever wearing a Shane Falco jersey outside of that movie. And we were like we were looking for the guy. We were chasing him through. It was wild. It was.
You never found him?
Never found him again. He just.
I thought the story was going to be he gave the shirt off his back to your wife.
No, it was just.
Man, that would have been good.
It was just one of those, you know, must have been a sign from somebody. It was just really wild to me.
Howie Deutsch, who directed the film, is a really close friend of mine. His wife, Leah Thompson, is one of my wife's best friends. And he says to me, "Oh, I've got something for you. I've got a jersey, a Martell jersey." And he hands it to me, and I go, "Howie, it says Falco." I was like,
you're 7. He was 8, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's in a car somewhere. I my SUV. I got to go look for it.
That's got to be fun, though, playing like a real prick, right? That's got to be fun doing that.
Great. Gene Hackman's, in my opinion, one of the greatest actors that's ever lived. He's my idol. I love the guy. I just, and we went out to drinks one night, and I asked him, I said, "I have a question for you." And he's like, "What?" And I go, "You play a lot of bad guys." They said, am I supposed to find a gray area here? Where I can, because in my mind, this was a pro football player, 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback who gets screwed over by these scabs who come in. He's fighting for his job and his union. And he looked at me, he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, do I try and find and he goes, "Brett, you're playing a bad guy. Just enjoy it. It's fun."
It's fun.
So that's what you do.
Great. That's great. All right. Well, listen,
about your new project really quickly.
The on HBO. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be.
It's coming out in March. John C. Reilly plays Jerry Buss. Adrian Brody plays Pat Riley. Sally Fields plays Jerry Buss's mother. Jason Clark plays Jerry West. I play Bill Sharman. Spencer Garrett plays Chick Hearn. I mean, it's Quincy plays Magic Johnson. It's an amazing cast. It's like that. There's probably a fourth of the cast I've never met. I call it the Game of Thrones of basketball, but it's just an amazing show. Adam McKay directed the pilot and is executive producer along with Max Bornstein, and it's just powerful. Yeah, we just finished it at the end of October.
Suki, go check out the trailer on YouTube. It looks really, really good. Yeah,
it's good. It's
well, Brett, great. Listen, you've been in so many things.
You're gonna kill me now.
It's up time for trivia.
Here's the thing, Brett. Number one, this will have music under it in post. It'll be really dynamic. And number two, Suki, who is a Brett Cullen expert, whatever you don't know, she probably knows.
Okay.
All right. So I picked out 5. Yeah, I picked out 5 movies for you. I'm going to give you the synopsis of the movie.
Okay.
These are all movies you were in. You tell me the name, and your photo is on the box of these movies, so you're on the poster.
Oh God! Now I'm really gonna. These are some of these indie films. I don't remember. But go ahead. Let's do this.
So here you go. For example, to appease her persistent father-in-law, a young widow hires an escort to pose as her lover.
Oh, that Penelope Ann Miller and I.
Five. Brett, 5 seconds.
I don't know the name of it.
Suki, tell him the name.
He's right. It's The Hired Heart.
There you go. Hired Heart right there. Unbelievable.
That was a blast. My friend Jeremy Kagan lives right behind me, directed that.
Look at you. All right, here's number 2. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
A mysterious actress seeks revenge for a murder at an esteemed opera house. Murder at an esteemed opera house.
Oh, you're gonna kill me. These directors are gonna kill me. I don't know.
Suki.
The Riot Act.
Oh God, yes. Oh man. Devin's gonna kill me.
Here's number 2. Listen, you could still go 3 out of 5, Brett.
All right, yeah, I'm betting.
There you go.
0 right now.
A Texas dentist made headlines when she killed her adulterous husband by repeatedly running him over with a car.
I don't know the name of it. I know the movie. I played my Cuban wife, or Colombian wife, ran me over like 20 times with her Mercedes Benz.
A Texas dentist.
Yeah. I don't know the name of it.
Suburban Madness.
Suburban Madness.
Dang it.
All right,
okay.
2 more.
I did
more.
a ton of TV movies like this years ago.
You've done a lot. Brett, if it makes you feel better, I don't know what I did yesterday, so it's fine. Here you go. Two more to go.
Alan Alda told me. I can't remember the lines I said yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about when we did MASH together.
2 more. Here we go.
Okay.
A crime writer returns home to North Carolina when authorities reopen the murder case that ended his father's political career.
Oh. I know all the movies. I just can't think of the name of them.
Crime writer returns home.
I should have had my IMDb page up and I could have looked at it. I don't know. I can't remember the name.
Sook, you remember this one?
I don't know. The River. The River Guard. The River
Guard. Nicely done, Sook. Very nice.
Sook, you're amazing.
All right, here's.
I looked at your IMDb page.
I suck big balls, but you.
I studied it.
Jesus.
All right, Brett. Listen, you're 0 for 4.
I know. I'm getting zipped out of here, man.
The big money's on this last one. You could erase everything we haven't done in the last 3 minutes.
Okay.
For this one, here you go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Businesses in New York City are closed. Crime is rampant. Black markets thrive. NYPD detectives use taxis for undercover teams to rein in the chaos. What is the name of this movie for all the marbles, Brett?
Cab unit is my unit.
The crime is rampant in New York.
I need coffee. I can't remember the name of it. It's on Amazon.
What's it called, Sook?
The Big Dogs.
Big Dog.
Big Dogs. Look at you. You're right up front in that one. Come on.
I know. Thank God for the pandemic because we made that privately financed. And the guy who wrote the books actually financed it, I believe. And
I love it.
They had a hard time selling it until the pandemic hit because everyone was like, well, we don't have any creative say. And because they shot everything, we did it.
Yeah.
And because they were looking for, and it's good. It's really good. I mean, the opening scene in that, the first scene is like an 8-page monologue I give about the fall of the Roman Empire and how we're next.
Brett, listen, the silver lining is you've done so much work that you can't remember it all. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I remember that. I just can't remember the title. So that's horrible. That's really bad. I'm gonna suck this down.
I love it. Brett, listen, man, thank you so much for coming on. Hey, I want to thank your friend Lisa Rapp, our mutual friend, Lisa, who put us together with you. Listen, when the HBO movie comes out in the spring, you'll come back.
Actually, Lisa's the one that was working. She was working for Keanu. That's how I ended up on that set that night.
Oh, okay.
She was like friends with his assistant or something, but she said I can hook that up, and she did. So I've known Lisa for a long time. She's a sweet girl. She's
the best. Doing a little Wonderama these days. She's great.
Well, listen, guys, thank you for having me on.
Bud.
I hope you have a lovely Merry Christmas and
too,
Happy Hanukkah and
Merry Christmas.
Well, it's all good, man. I've got
Happy
a
New
little
Year.
bit of shopping to do. I did not buy tickets for my wife, but I bought her jewelry, shoes, shirts, things that she really wanted. So I'm happy.
Good for you. Good for you.
Fred,
happy
holidays,
happy
my man.
holidays, guys, and thank you so much. And
Pleasure,
watch
bud.
Winning Time in March.
Coming up. You listen, you're coming back on in March to promote the hell out of that.
I'll be happy to do it, man.
Thank you, pal.
sir.
All right, take care. Adios. See ya.
That was funny. Great guy. Great
can
guy.
I tell you something? Isn't it incredible when you meet Hollywood celebrities on his level?
Yeah, really good guy.
Who are just so kind and generous. You're like, wow, that's incredible.
So funny. And listen, Souk, we keep rolling along because this show is nothing but superstars, baby. Listen, we got the Sharpe family singers are coming up in just a little while. They've got like 7 million followers on social media. But first, we got Souk, a legendary rapper, music producer, New York guy. Masta Ace is coming up. He's got some new things going on, new albums he's working on. He's working on this musical for a while. I think he's going to do a little performing for us as well. Here he is, Masta Ace. We bring him in on the other side. Take a look.
Bed-Stuy, Flatbush, Brownsville, Crown Heights, where the music feels good and it sounds right. Summertime, music in the park. We can do this in the dark. We don't even need no street lights. We bright. Look how we all shine. We all trying to live, so we all grind. And then we started saying Crooklyn. Had everybody thinking it was all crime. Stick 'em up. Shouted out to Spike Lee. And the dude on the corner in the white tee. And the girl off the block with the attitude. Had to write a song, show my gratitude. Welcome to my city, man. To the streets where the late great Biggie ran. And damn near everyone's a Biggie fan. That's cause we support our home Brooklyn. We get down in Brooklyn. We move around in Brooklyn. B-R-double-O-K-L-Y-N. 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 B-R-double-O-K.
Just down in Brooklyn. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Masta Ace.
What's going on, y'all?
How you doing, bud?
We had one of your very good friends, Marley Marl, on our show many times. Wanted to say that out loud.
Yeah, over on the Pix 11, right, Souk?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got my start with Marley.
I know it.
Yeah. Ace, how you doing, my friend? Now, do your friends call you Masta Ace,
man.
or just Ace? They got to go Ace, right?
Ace. Yeah, just Ace. Unless you're from my old neighborhood, then you call me by my real first name.
Yeah.
All right.
Ace, listen, man, how's it going? You've been doing this for a long time. I mean, when you say the word legendary in front of your name, it certainly pertains to who you are, and just, you know, the legacy that you put together in the music business, man. It's unbelievable. How long have you been doing this now?
So my first 88. The first
wow.
time you would hear me on a record was 88. My first album came out in 90. And I've been at it ever since. I've been fortunate, to have continued to release music that has resonated with younger fans. I've been dropping records really since 90. Whole bunch of albums, and a lot of my albums actually became very popular overseas, in Europe and Australia. And that's what has given me the longevity, is to continually keep putting out music, and that new music being good enough to get the attention of young fans.
And I think young fans want to know more the history of everything, right? Yeah, it's a recreation, but it's based on something as always, right? So
yeah, definitely.
It's hip hop in the 80s was where it was at, and where it was the invention of that whole thought process, right? So you've always been pure to that whole process, haven't you?
Yeah, I've tried to do albums that, in my opinion, were entertaining, not just for the music of it, but for the entire story of the album. So I would do albums that had skits and a whole storyline around the songs, and nobody was really doing that. And so when my album Disposable Arts came out in 2001, it was quite different than anything that fans at that time had heard. And so kids that were 16, 17, 18 years old in high school found that album, and it was probably their first exposure to hip hop was that album. And they're like, wow. And so those young people grew up with me. They're all now in their 30s now, have families, and they still come out to the shows. Like, man, I remember when you first came to my city, I was too young to go to the show, and now I'm married with a wife and kids.
Oh, that's great, man.
I mean, Craig G, Cool G, Big Daddy Kane. I mean, this is the pantheon, Masta Ace. I mean, this is the pantheon of rap.
I was fortunate to come up on a label that had so many talents and stars. Biz Markie was a huge star, Big Daddy Kane, huge star, Roxanne
right?
Shante. Yes, rest in peace, Biz Markie. But those guys kind of set the bar for me. They let me know what it was going to take to really make it in this business. I got to watch Kane and Biz perform at a high level, during the late 80s, early 90s, and I paid attention. I took notes, and I took everything that I learned watching them, and I applied it to what I was doing.
Ace, yeah, I know, it's pretty cool, right?
What the hell is that like? Don't look at that.
I'm on the set of my wife's podcast, Lachey Show. I using her stuff, but this is our back basement in our home, and she shoots her show down here, so it's perfect setup for me to kind of just hang out.
Yeah, no, it's great. Ace, one morning on the morning show was Suki's birthday. I on the air, I sang, "Oh baby, you got what I need." It was great, man. I loved him. I loved that song. He was such a great, what a character, man. Just that's one of those songs that'll just never get old at parties or people our age, and it's just everybody tries to know all the words to it. It's just such a classic tune.
Absolutely.
You got some new things you're working on right now, right?
Yeah, so producer Marco Polo, who's a native of Canada, but he's been living in Brooklyn for like 20 years now, but he was born and raised in Toronto, Canada. He and I are good friends. We've been working together for many years, and we put our first album out back in 2018, and it was met with very good and positive responses from the industry and from fans, and it did really, really well for us. Dropped a bunch of videos from that album, and it was supposed to kind of be a one-off, just a collaboration of two friends, and it did so well that they want us to do it again. So he's been sending me music for the last year. I told him I've had a bunch of the music for over a year, but I just wasn't in the right mindset to write the album in 2020 with everything that was going on. I didn't want to write about what I was feeling at that time. So I said, I want to wait until kind of smoke clears a little bit.
Right.
So I have a better mindset. And so I told him top of 2022, we're going to get right into it. And so I'll be traveling out to his crib in Brooklyn and going up the five flights of stairs to his crib to record. He lives in a 5-floor walk up.
Yeah, nobody's got elevators in Brooklyn, right?
No.
And can I ask you a question? Like,
sure.
In so much of there's so many of these documentaries that are out about hip hop, and did you ever feel like you wanted to add your voice to the conversation more, or explore your contribution or your ideas of what hip hop has meant for the last 4 decades?
I mean, I've had some opportunities on some smaller documentaries, and I think I kind of know what you're asking. And it's not really my place to do that. It's up to the people that make these docs to mention me in the conversation.
I see.
I leave it up to them. I know what I've contributed to the culture, and maybe it wasn't, commercially as popular as other music, but it was definitely creatively, it was definitely viable music that impacted a lot of people around the world. So I just continue to keep my head down and keep writing. I'm writing a musical right now. I'm in year 3 of writing this musical that I've been working on, which kind of helps tell the story. It kind of is loosely based on some of the storylines on some of my albums, but it's also loosely based on my life growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn. I'm collaborating with a hip hop theater company called Rhymes Over Beats. Shout out to Patrick Blake who runs that company, and yeah, they've been they've been right behind me, side by side with me, helping me get this thing written, because, you know, you need somebody to say, okay, what'd you write this week? Because I easily get sidetracked and start working on music or writing something else. And so they've been on point with me. And so we had our second table read on Tuesday. It was a virtual one over Zoom. A bunch of actors joined us on this Zoom to read through the script, so we kind of see where we were. And yeah, we're on to the next phase.
I love it. I love it. Ace, listen, Suki has a previous commitment coming up right now. So this show is so big. Suki leaves. We bring in the third member of our team.
I feel bad, Ace. I feel bad. I had made how the holidays are, and I got
say hello to
stuff to do.
Say hello to Phil. Hey, Suki's got to. She's got a.
All right, Suki.
Bye-bye, Suki. We love you.
Happy holidays. Blessed New Year to everybody. Goodness to all. Happy health. Okay.
Suki, see you later, babe.
Bye.
Hey, say hello to Phil, pal.
What's up, Phil?
All right, now we got to start. We got to start all over again. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, Phil's our musical director. Phil has more followers around the country than all of us put together. And he's an Oklahoma boy, Ace. So cut him some slack.
All right.
But listen, you had one or two quick hits you wanted to perform, right? While we got you on.
Yeah, might as well. I got a couple of joints. All right, let me just plug it in, and then we'll tell people where they could find you, and we'll light it all up. Do you do a lot on? I think we're losing them. Can you still hear me or no? I can still hear you.
Oh yeah. Do you do a lot of performing on social media, or no? Uh-oh.
Say it one more time.
There you go. I said, do you do a lot of performing, like most people do now? A lot of stuff on social media as well.
I don't perform on social media. I've been asked many times to, try to do something from the house. I don't like that format. It doesn't lend itself to what I do. So
right.
I would rather wait until I'm in front of a live audience and do it that way. So
nice. I hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna plug in.
Go ahead, my man. Plug it in. Philly Kid, Masta Ace in the house. The Sharpe family singers coming up in just a few minutes. Philly Kid, I want you singing along.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna give him all the attention.
Yes.
There you go.
This joint is called Son of Yvonne. This is a dedication to my mom. I was born, son of Yvonne, Brownsville kid that wanna be on. Hit the streets, run and be gone. Outside with a curfew. Got lessons on honesty and virtue and the people that hurt you. Drug addicts, ex-convicts. Living in a world surrounded by these conflicts. So many, too many to mention. You can feel all the tension. A mom's intervention. Trying to save a son from the worst fate. Getting home after 8 when she works late. Thank God for Nana, I was in control. In the lobby, sitting on tenant patrol. Cause folks getting robbed on the regular. My chain snatching dude just in it for gold. Son of Yvonne, had a fight up the street. He's a nice kid, but ain't nothing sweet. All I do it for you. It's for all you did when I was a kid. Cause his mad friends ain't wanna be born. But I'm glad to be the son of Yvonne. Yeah. Yo, son of Yvonne, better get the best grades. Couple of B's, a C, and the rest A's. Not top of the class, but not nearly last. I beat your ass if you think you gon' barely pass. But all my best friends, they be ditching school. Every week it's like a Friday ritual. You got a mind of your own, so let it be known. Son of Yvonne, sharp as a kitchen tool. All I do it for you. It's for all you did when I was a kid. Cause it's bad friends ain't wanna be born, but I'm glad to be the son of Yvonne. One more time. All I do it for you. It's for all you did when I was a kid. Cause it's bad friends ain't wanna be born, but I'm glad to be the son of Yvonne. Third verse. Son of Yvonne, grandson of Effie Clear. Heard you rap now, DeVal, let me hear. I get pissed and leave. Nana upstairs, Making sweet potato pie cause it's Christmas Eve. Under the tree, AFX racing track. Pick up a gift, shake it then, place it back. I wonder what it is, instead of taking a guess. Next morning, open gifts, making a mess. Nana always sits in the same chair. Jackson 5 singing Rudolph the Reindeer in the background. I go upstairs to see what Mike got. Then I come back down to enjoy all. Nana good cooking. Life in the hood, Brooklyn, good looking. Son of Yvonne, Brownsville born and bred. And like that quilt, stand a God on the bed. I'm a bunch of things all sewn together to make one man that'll be known forever, ever, 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 ever. Yeah. All I do for you. It's for I was a kid.
Man, I got to tell you, sir. When Scotty told me you were going to be on the show, you know, I started listening to. I've been listening to Masta Ace music all day today, and I got to tell you, I don't know how many times I've got chills and goosebumps, and your work is very, very inspiring to me, sir. I got to tell you that right now. It's nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes.
That music is actually from MF. That's a part of MF Doom's instrumental catalog, and you know, MF Doom, rest in peace, is one of the great unsung artists of our culture, and he's contributed a lot to this music. And so I got a hold of some of his instrumentals around 2012, and I made an album off all his instrumentals, and that was the lead single off of that album.
Love it, man. That sounded good. That sounded good. I'll tell you, Ace, for this system, I mean, it sounded great, man. It sounded really good. Listen, before you go, I noticed that you do a lot of biking too, huh?
I do. I had to, you know, before the pandemic, I went to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and I worked out a lot, and I did HIIT classes, and I was super active. And then when 2020 happened, I was like 6 months, no movement, and I was like, I got to do something. And, you know, I heard about this bike group that was driving around New Jersey close to me called Trendsetters, and I went out and rode with them the first time. I had a mountain bike, and I took it out there, and they were, you know, I was struggling to keep up. I was like, man, I got a 7-speed mountain bike. These guys got, you know, different bikes. So I wound up actually over the course of that year changing my bike. I changed my bike twice, and now I have a gravel bike, and now I'm a lot more able to keep up. But yeah, we've done some serious rides. I think the longest ride I've done is 53 miles.
Oh, that's amazing, Jesus.
And it's just a way to keep moving, man. We got to keep moving, and this pandemic has had us all kind of sitting idly. Like I feel a little bit of weight trying to come on.
Yeah, a little too much bread, Ace. A little too much bread in the house.
yeah. Because I'm vegan. I became vegan at the beginning of 2020, and so actually beginning of 19. But when you become vegan, you're obviously not eating meat, so you end up eating more carbs to kind of fill yourself. So a lot more rice, a lot more bread, and I was like, man, I got to get moving. So
I'm telling you, man, a lot of chocolate.
That's what led to the bike riding.
A lot of chocolate pudding in my house.
Go easy, easy.
My kids are killing me with the chocolate pudding. Ace, listen, man, it was a pleasure to meet you. Like I said, legendary career. And tell everybody where they could find you. I know you don't do a lot of performing. Where can they find you? Where can they get some of your albums and stuff, some of your music?
Yeah, I mean, all my music is available at all outlets. We do physical copies as well. You can actually go to my website, masterace.com, if you want to get physical copies. I got CDs and vinyl that I sell through my website, as well as T-shirts, hats. You know, I sell, a bunch of different items off the website. Just go check it out. Yeah, there's a bunch of the stuff right there.
There you go.
But as far as reaching me on social media, at Masta Ace Pics, PICS, that's on IG, Masta Ace on Twitter, and Masta Ace Official on Facebook. I'm available. I'm reachable in all those places, and I respond to people. It's not some team, some publicist. I'm responding. I'm reaching out.
You're in.
So that's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to tell all the viewers out there, I get all my stuff on Apple Music, and all of the stuff is on there. And again, very, very inspirational with your story and
good, man.
your physical stuff that you've overcome. and very, very, I look for inspiration where I can find it. And trust me, I've downloaded a lot of your music, and thank you for the inspiration, man. And I want everyone to go to those sites, get that music, download it, and you're not going to be sorry. You're not going to be sorry.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, Ace, listen, man, have a great holiday, and come back anytime, my friend. You got some new stuff to promote. We're here for you.
Absolutely. Definitely will.
All right, bud. Take care, my man. Pleasure.
Peace.
Good talking to you. All right.
Bye-bye. Philly Kid, how good did that sound? What a talented.
Yeah, I know. And usually on this format, music doesn't sound all that great, but his sounded awesome.
That was pretty good, man. Pretty good. How you doing? I don't think we've ever switched hosts right in the middle of the show, huh?
No, but hey, Suki is so busy, and
she's very busy.
She gets pulled in all different directions with all of her projects and everything, and family stuff. But
we got to
it happens. It happens.
Got to take her when we can. Listen, amazing show so far. Brett Cullen earlier on, amazing actor. Masta Ace, and our next group of performers and guests. The Sharpe family, Philly Kid, the Sharpe family singers have literally taken the social media and the TikTok world by storm. My 11-year-old daughter was like, "You having a Sharpe family on?" She couldn't believe it. They like 7 million followers on TikTok. And they're just, they were just at the Thanksgiving Day parade in Philadelphia. They've been on American Idol, and they're just doing so many things. They've got Christmas music out now. Here's a little taste of the Sharpe family, and then we're gonna bring them in. They're just fantastic. Take a look.
Ring out those bells tonight and have yourself a Merry Christmas time. 1, 2, 3. Making footprints in the snow, a kiss under the mistletoe came true on that night in late December. Carols sung in harmony, picking out a Christmas tree with you. That's the feeling I remember. No more waiting, Christmas time is here.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this beautiful fam. I'm a little jealous because, I get excited when my daughter cleans up her room and brushes her teeth, for God's sakes. You guys are doing it. All right, so let me see if I get this straight, right? We got Ron, the dad.
Yep.
Barbara. We got Logan right there in the middle. Sam.
Yeah.
Right? And the twins. Hold on. Let me remember the twins' names. I got it. It's Aiden and Connor.
Yeah.
Huh? Come on. How you?
Yeah.
Well, wait. Aiden's on the left.
On your left or right?
Well, which one is the right one? And I'll tell you. He's on my left. There he is. There you go. 50-50. We got it right. How you doing, guys? Good to see you.
How are you?
Oh my God, Philly Kid. You know how I always tell you, that I should have been in Les Mis.
Yeah.
Because every time we have somebody who was in Les Mis, I always go, Valjean, at last we see each other plain. You guys, Ron and Barbara, you guys were in Les Mis. You actually met in Les Mis, got married in the show as part of the show, and then you did it for real.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's unbelievable.
Also, she kissed me on stage, and I was hooked. So that was what happened.
That's unreal. So how many shows did you guys do together before you were like, hey, Barbara? But before you're like, hey, I might be into this guy.
Well, it's really easy when you have lights and he's dressed in beautiful clothes.
The makeup.
Yeah, the makeup. So it's pretty much.
During the wedding scene, we make a kiss, and the whole cast forms a circle, and they go around us. And the lights are on, and there's 3,000 people in the audience, and she kissed me, and I was like the Peter Brady Skyrocket.
That's right.
And I had been in the show already 3 years at that point, and I'd never seen Skyrocket, so that was it was interesting. But yeah, we've been together. We've had these kids, and I went back and played Jean Valjean too. And so many of my friends love that confrontation. So you and I can sing it sometime if you want to get together.
Yeah. Don't before you say another word, Javert.
Before you change like a slave again.
Listen to me. There's something.
I must do. Yeah.
I gotta come over for dinner one night and just do that.
Absolutely.
Oh my
I got an
God.
email from someone that sang "Bring Him Home with Me" after a concert. He's in his 90s, and his daughter just sent me a text. I don't know if you saw that, but I haven't heard from them in 2 years. And she said her dad watches that video of us singing "Bring Him Home" every day, and it's been like 2 years. So she wants me to send him a little happy holidays, and I will.
That's so. You know, it's funny on our morning show years ago. Suki and I, we had Norm Lewis in.
Oh yeah.
Norm was the first African American guy to play, I think, Valjean, right?
Right.
Yeah, Javert. Javert.
Or Javert, right? Javert. He the police officer.
Yeah.
So he was sitting there with us, and I brought that up. He had no idea, and I said, "Listen, Norm, do me a favor. Just lead me in with Valjean at last." So he does that. I jumped on his lap. And I'm like, "Before you say another word, Javert." And it was the funniest thing. He was freaking out. It was really such a good time. But it's such a great story, you guys. And now, how did you guys know the first time? When do we start the kids singing, or is it just a natural progression? How does that happen?
I think because we sang, the kids really didn't want to do it at first. And my daughter, she had done like the U.S. Open and sang with Tony Bennett and Queen Latifah. I had to kind of force her to sing.
Wow.
And then the next thing you know, they realized they did it well and they were good at it. And they weren't going to be great volleyball players or soccer players. And they all discovered it on their own. We never forced them to do it. That's why they're all here.
We'd do concerts and we would go and they would say, well, we want to go to Florida when you do a concert. So one by one, they would all join the group.
Actually, Logan was the last to join.
Yeah, he was the last.
Crazy.
Sports kid.
Nice. Scott, he called me up and said, "Hey, look, Suki's got to bail out mid show, this show, and I want you to come on with me with the Sharpe Family Singers." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I started listening to Sharpe Family music, and I saw your audition for American Idol, and wow! And I'm like, goosebumps, chills, and everything else. And you guys were singing as a family at first. And then Samantha did her thing with Titanium. I was like, my mind is completely blown. So how did the American Idol audition come about?
Well, it was crazy. That wasn't even like, I never even thought, I always wanted to do that as a kid growing up. I never really thought like I could actually do that, especially with my whole family. That was that they wanted me and the family. I was like, oh my gosh, that was a dream come true because I always wanted to do it, but doing it with them was even cooler.
Wow.
And got to experience all that together, which was crazy.
Social media has opened the doors. You have so many talent agents that are looking for talented people, and they find people no matter where you are. You used to have to move to New York and pound the pavement. Now you can sit in your living room, or we do on a staircase, and sing. And then all of a sudden you're getting all these offers that, you never would get if you were living in New York in an apartment. You'd had to do that. So now it's a completely different world.
Doors for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, listen, I didn't get to see or hear the audition today, so I think I need a little Titanium for like 20 seconds. Sam, what do you got for me? Go ahead.
We should all sing. We all used to do it.
Oh, you guys all did it together?
We do like a competition.
All right, go ahead. Let me hear. Go ahead. Let's hear.
Give me the pitch.
I am titanium. All right. I am titanium. I am titanium.
Wow.
I am titanium. I am titanium.
She's the best.
Wow.
That's
That's cool.
That makes me feel like I'm just kind of aluminum. That's awesome, guys.
That's so funny, man. I could see you guys as like doing the remake of Sound of Music.
Yes. We all
Right?
just about that. Oh my God.
We just got a package in the mail like 5 minutes before we came on from the cast of The Sound of Music.
Yeah,
Really?
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Look at you. The Von Sharpe family. I could see that happening.
For Hollywood. We'll be on TV this week. And, but we get all these strange offers to promote things because we're singers and we love to promote singing. And So it's
Well,
really
they didn't
neat.
ask us pro. They just did it.
That just showed up. We had no idea that was
But
coming.
honestly,
sing
I
a
would
lot
say
of it.
go see that show because it's a great show. The Sound of Music.
Oh, I love Sound
Hey,
of Music.
can anybody do the Hills Are Alive just real quick? Just
Go ahead.
that-
Where am I? Ready?
Watch this.
Which will be 2, 1.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
You're hired. You're hired.
Yes.
Oh, my
Wow.
God. That's pretty cool.
We won't even
And I-
charge you for that
We're
one.
lucky we knew that one.
I could hear you guys with the, doe a deer, the whole, these are a few of my favorite things.
Medley, so that should be out soon on our YouTube. We're so
Oh
excited.
my God. I
The
love
thing,
that.
the Von Trapps are like a choir. We're all soloists. As you can tell, we're all really loud.
That also sings good.
So we can harmonize, but we're all soloists. And even the boys, I mean, they got these giant voices and,
Yes,
you know.
Unreal. Now you guys do a live show called Married to Broadway. That's on a live tour type of show, right?
Hey, we changed the title now to Sharpe Family Singers.
I'm
Now,
telling you, man.
we used to be Married to Broadway until all the kids came in. Now it's a
It was
Sharpe
very
Family.
because we didn't know if
It
they
was
would
just
show
them.
up.
Yeah,
We
were
didn't
just
know they would
ready.
show up, and then one by one they all showed up. So now it's Sharpe Family Singers. But yeah, we're going to Virginia this weekend, and we're going to New Mexico right after the first, and then we'll be in LA, down in Florida doing that circuit, and South Carolina, and it's been really exciting. I mean, performing new songs that we can choose ourselves is what's really exciting for us too.
We like
And
the
it-
blockbuster
Yeah, the
songs.
big blockbusters.
The Broadway tunes? Is it all Broadway tunes?
Yeah.
Pop everything.
Wow.
We do
Give
like
me
Celine Dion, like all the big pop people.
now. I got to hear one of them. I got to hear which is what's the encore to the show? What's the finale?
We do
We're
One
doing
Day More.
Tomorrow, you want to do that one?
Oh,
Or do the end of One Day More. She's perfect pitch, so we got to.
tomorrow will be, huh?
Is that right?
Go ahead.
Yes, do that.
1, 2, go. Tomorrow we'll discover what our God in heaven has in store. One more time, one more day, one day
Wow. I got the hair on my arms is standing up.
I know.
love that.
Chills.
We're gonna just do a show singing in our van, driving around town.
I'm telling you, you guys should do that. It's like, the Partridge Family. You get one of those buses.
Yeah, we did the Sweet Child of Mine from Step Brothers. It's on one of our videos, and everyone loves that one.
Oh
We
my
just
God.
recently started going to places, like we went to a Dairy Queen, an ice cream place, and we sang in their face like that big. And they're like,
Oh.
whoa.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, we
You
sang
know-
an order to them. That was fun.
That's
The
good.
Logan's music video, you got to go see it. He really steals the show of the Sharpe family, and
That's our new Christmas video.
Well, you're talking about Sharpe Family Christmas, right? Which is right there. And the video was what? The Fa La La Ho Ho Ho?
Yeah.
That's our newest one. We have a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
We
They're
filmed
all
that
amazing.
out in
12
Oxford,
songs.
New Jersey. I don't know if you know where Oxford, New Jersey is. It's way
Beautiful.
out
Yeah,
west.
Jack's Barn. It was
Jack's Barn is a beautiful place.
Well, Aiden, just give me a 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, follow up.
Aiden, just give me a 3, 2, 1.
I'll go 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
That's good stuff.
A lot of
Good
humor in
stuff.
So,
Oh
was
my-
that your real girlfriend?
Yeah,
It really was. Yeah, she's a
All
dancer.
right.
I love that. Man. Yeah,
Nice.
no, you guys, I mean, you definitely have that quintessential Christmas style family thing going. Before I forget, Ron, I just want to thank our mutual friend Butch Seltzer,
Of course.
who actually put us together. And I know you had trained Butch's son, right? Vocally.
Yeah,
Love him.
Yeah, we were living in South Brunswick at the time, and Jonathan Butch's son came to take lessons from us, and he really is an amazing singer. Toured around in a pop group, and now he was going to school in New York, at one of the big schools, and studying singing and composition. And a very, very talented boy Jonathan is. And I may say boy, now he's a man. He's,
Yeah.
We knew him when he was like their age. We knew
He's a man. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I know Butch for a long time, and he said, "Look, you got to have the Sharpe family on because they're amazing." So tell me again, you guys have more live shows coming up. Where can people see you?
Well, not in New Jersey until we're in Wanacue in September, but well, yeah, we'll be down in Florida. If any of you who go down there, any of you snowbirds.
It's on our website.
But yeah, on our website, and if you go to our YouTube page, Sharpe Family Singers, we're starting to post a lot more videos.
like full songs.
And like behind the scenes of the parade, which was very interesting, the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah.
That was so interesting. And we're doing some music now with Jonas Entertainment. So we're doing stuff, all kinds of new albums and music, and we've got a lot of new partners. And follow us on TikTok. It's a laugh a minute. I mean, at my expense, but it's a laugh a minute.
What was so when you started? Obviously, the kids probably knew about it before you guys did. But the first thing you did on TikTok, when you started to see views and millions, what were you guys thinking when all of you see that counter ticking every time you went back to it?
That was insane. I called my brother. I'm the one that saw it. I didn't go on the app for 2 months. I was like, that's not really doing anything. And then I just opened it randomly one day. And when I opened it is when we were getting our first viral video. And I just saw the views pouring in. And I called him. I'm like, we're famous.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna drop out of school right this second.
I was like, stop everything. And then I gathered all the troops. I'm like, we have to knock out videos after video right now. And then we did. And it just kept growing because I knew if we didn't take that opportunity, we might have lost it. So we were like, let's pound the ground right now and just get everything out there. And now we do it full time.
And as a stage performer on Broadway, I go in the city and I perform for 1,000 people. But we were literally watching 24,000 people a minute were seeing our video.
Oh, wow.
And so, it's crazy. Some of these videos are in the millions, and that's more than the people I performed in my 30-year career on Broadway, in one video.
She said, just video, don't worry about it. Just our family and friends will see it. No one's going to see it.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're in our pajamas on the steps. She says, don't worry
That's
about it.
how
No one's going to see it.
I got them to do ridiculous things saying, nobody even looks at us. No one cares. It's just for fun.
That's so funny.
You guys are the quintessential all-American squeaky clean family. I mean, are there ever any times where you have hey, get out of my room, I'm going to tell mom? Do you have any of those kind of moments?
We're also a normal family, so we all have our
Well, it's hard, to when you come to do your show, Scott, you just have to come over and do the show, but 6 of us have to be in the right frame of mind at the same time. And that's not, these guys have very big social lives. And so they are sometimes, we wait till the end to bring them in to do the videos. The 4 of us will practice and put things together, and then we bring them in, so they're the superstars.
They don't need rehearsal. They're good.
So wait, how old are the twin boys?
Oh, we're 12.
12. Do your parents have to force you to brush your teeth in the morning and at night?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just checking because I have an 11-year-old daughter, and it's constantly brush your teeth. Did you brush your teeth? And she lies to us all the time, but that's a whole nother story.
That's funny because you guys said we're 12 at the exact same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys say sentences together a lot?
Yes.
You asked, Phil. Listen, I found these 2 guys online. They're kind of a viral sensation. I wanted to play 15, 20 seconds for you, and you let me know what you think of their performance.
All right.
All right. It'll be 15, 20 seconds. Take a look. Let me know what you think. Watch.
Philip, let's do this. Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
Not bad, right?
10 out of 10.
I like those guys. They're pretty good.
We got almost a million. We got almost a million views ourselves.
Almost a million views on that. I find that the dumber you make it, the more views you get.
You guys have to do it TikTok with us.
It's funny you say that because we have a TikTok coming out in the next week that you're not going to want to miss because Barbara's mother plays grandma and we sing that song.
Oh, really? Do you? Oh, I love it. I love it. You guys,
he does get run over by a reindeer. It's coming out, so we've already filmed it.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine sitting around your house at dinner. I'd be singing my butt off with you guys. It used to be like everything. Listen, can you guys just give us anything you want? Christmas song. Give me like 30 seconds, a minute, and then I'll let you get back to your lives.
All right, we'll do a.
Let's do the song that got it. This was our first viral thing. This is what started it all for us.
It's from Frozen 2.
Frozen 2.
Want to back up or no?
No, we're good. Okay, ready?
I'm gonna face this way because I don't want to blow your mic up.
Go ahead. I'll put you guys up full. Go ahead.
Okay, you got this. Here we go. Okay. I gotta move the chair. In 3, 2, 1.
Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the
Wow. Hold on. Wait. I'm flustered. Hold on. I'm flustered. Wow, that was amazing.
Wow. Nice.
It's a wall of sound, believe me. Yeah.
That was unbelievable. I have a question. The video, any of the two videos I played to lead you in, or the Christmas video, are those with like a music production company? Is that with Jonas?
Yeah, Jonas. Yeah, Jonas Entertainment. It's the Jonas Brothers. Yeah.
Okay, because I have a feeling that they hit the copyright button. I'm getting all kinds of red flags, but that's okay. The show we send it out after it records. I don't know if we're still rolling on Facebook right now.
That's Virgin Universal, our distributor.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Oh yeah, we definitely got clipped for that. Hold on, I know that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll tell them. We'll get that.
Send us your URL and we'll get it okay.
Yeah, they said they could. We just have to
UMG blocked your video because it contains content they own.
They are doing their job.
Wow.
If you send us the URL to your show, we'll send it to them.
Yeah.
They have to teach us all the lingo all the time.
Yeah, technology is scary, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, they do it quick. Guys, listen, you're amazing, such a great family, and continued success. When you have more stuff to promote, you're welcome to come on anytime. Have a great holiday, and listen, if you ever need me to come over to hang at dinner and sing a little bit, I'm not that far away. I'm right up the state.
Well, we'll practice the confrontation and we'll come over and do it with you.
Right? We can do a TikTok about that.
Yeah, we can do a TikTok about
me. Oh, man. We could do that. They have the thing Phil and I goof around on. It's called Smool, that app. You guys have that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I could do one scene and you could do the other, and we put it together.
I will do it. I know the words. I did the show. I did Les Mis 4,000 times. I know.
You know the words. I can imagine.
Oh my God.
I love it. Guys, listen, thank you so much. Have the best holiday, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks so much for having us on.
See you guys.
Take care. Bye. Phil,
wow.
They're amazing, huh?
They are, man. They are fun to be with. Yes,
that is an amazing family. So talented.
Yeah, so we got blocked, huh?
I think we got blocked. Yeah, because I noticed the counter went all the way down right after I played those. But it's fine. So we just keep recording.
Yeah, that's
and then
crazy.
we put it on. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just keep rolling along. But let's see. I don't know if anybody could see us right now. Let's see. Hold on. Are we still rolling? It's possible. I mean, I'm rolling here, so we recorded the show. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look.
It looks like you're still going.
Are we still going on your end?
Looks like we're still going on my Facebook page. The show's still live.
It says your video is blocked and can't be viewed in 249 locations.
Oh my gosh.
I'm assuming that means the U.S. All right, Butchie says he still sees us, but our counter is just gone, so it's fine.
Well, a lot of times
we got the show in. We got the whole show in, Phil.
Yeah, actually, it may still be good in the U.S. I'm willing to bet.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
SC Phillips says I still see it. Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, well, if viewers can still see us, then I mean we're good in the
Yeah,
US.
Philly's about to sing a little bit, so hopefully they can still see you, Phil. Oh, you'll be singing for me. Anyway, listen, so we're rolling along on Crackle and Crackle Plus. We're rolling along on Stir. We're rolling along on Meet TV Network, which is great. That starts this month, and things are moving along, man. We're moving along. We'll be back. The next show is just next Wednesday because it's kind of Christmas week next week. So we'll bang out a show on Wednesday, but it's all good, man. Good show today. Philly Kid, you want to finish us up with a little singage? What do you like?
Yeah, I'll do this one. We actually did a duet with this one, but I'm going to close the show out with it.
Oh, nice. What do you got?
A little jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. You're snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. Oh, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time. It's a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Well, mix and a mingle in the jingling feet. Oh, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Merry Christmas.
So Phil, what I'll do is I'll download it. I'll get rid of those 2 videos, and then I'll just re-upload it again. So
sounds like a winner.
I only a few people can still see us.
Crazy.
All right, good show, my man. I'm sorry that we got blocked in. I mean, you could actually what do you got going this weekend? You got family coming? What's
my entire family is here. Like I say, my 2 boys are in from California. They're staying with us. My daughter, son-in-law, and grandkids, they come over every day, and so my sons can spend time with their nephews, and so we're just doing the family thing every single day, probably for the rest of the year. So
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful. All right, my man. Let's we'll wrap up the listen. And again, if we feel like jumping on sometime, we could always jump on.
Yeah,
do some songs. Let me get to our good nights. Boy, I got a lot of clips in here today. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Do. Good night, sweetheart. Oh, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Good night.